Hello and welcome to our third video about shipping container shopping. So there are a lot of places that you can buy shipping containers from. Online, you can just buy them straight from China. You can buy them from dealing yards here in the United States. But we had never actually seen a shipping container up close. Walked inside it, walked around it, played with the doors. So it was really important for us to find a place that we could actually go and look at them. We got several prices from online dealers only, but they did not have a place where we could actually look at shipping containers. And we were still deciding whether we wanted used shipping containers or brand new, or otherwise known as one-trip shipping containers, which are where you order them from China. They're shipped across the ocean, and they've only been across the ocean one time. So that's why they're called one trip. So we ended up finding this shipping yard in Westchester that sells shipping containers. It's owned by two women, I think they're sisters. And they invited us out to come and take a look at their shipping containers that they had there on lot. It wasn't very big, but there were examples of both one trip and used, or wind and watertight. So wind and watertight have been used several times. They've been across the ocean several times. There's likely dents, rusting, wear and tear. And then a step between those two, there is another level of containers, but they did not have that on site. So we were looking at wind and watertight versus one trip. So we were able to go up there a couple of weeks ago, and we took the kids with us because we wanted them to see too, just to visualize what they would be living in and what the dimensions of their rooms would be. It was exciting for them as well. So we went up and we took videos and pictures of the inside and out of both, and we were comparing back and forth whether we wanted wind and watertight, which is cheaper, or one trip, which is more expensive. We ended up deciding to go with one trip containers, which was at the higher end of our budget, but we would have to do almost no prepping to these. They looked brand new, there were no dents, there were no rust, and I was telling my husband in the amount of time that it would take us to repair any dents or rust, because any rust is going to impair the structural integrity of your house. Then we'd have to repaint it to cover up the metal. I told him, I said, we're just going to be wasting time. I personally told him that I would rather spend more money for a better quality container than to spend less and have to do a lot of work to it. So after going and viewing the shipping containers, we decided to buy two one-trip 40-foot high cube shipping containers. One change to our plans after viewing the shipping containers, we were thinking that we would get shipping containers with doors that open on both ends of the container. But this shipping yard only had shipping containers with doors at one end. So we will have to make a little bit of adjustments to the layout of our shipping containers and where the installation will be, because there aren't doors. We were going to make exterior storage sheds on each corner of the house, because there would be 4 sets of these metal doors. But now there's only going to be 2, so we're going to face those at the back of the house, have our outdoor storage at the back of the house. That way the front of the house just looks like a metal siding. And then the interior rooms will be a little bit bigger because of this, but we'll have to insulate 3 of that front side, because it's not going to have an exterior storage unit with it. So we ended up picking out the one trip. We have paid for them, and now we're waiting for them to ship. So that's our next step in shopping for shipping containers. Thanks for joining us today. Goodbye.